Warframe's Deadlock Protocol update went live on PC, and Dayz Creator announced a brand new game. All that and more. My name is Ethos, and this is Free to Play Weekly. First off in the news this week, if you hate the Windows Store and you've been putting off playing Phantasy Star Online 2 because of it, and not necessarily because of the issues that have plagued the game since its launch on PC, well then there's some good news for you. Earlier last week, a trailer was shared on the IGN Twitter account and reshared by the PSO2 account, teasing the release of Episode 4 content taking place on Earth. This new content will arrive both on Xbox One and PC sometime in August. Now, while new content is good and all, that's not the part of the video that has players excited. At the very end of the trailer, when all the text information about the update pops up, there is in fact text reading "Get it from Microsoft and more PC platforms soon" flashed across the screen. Unfortunately, the video didn't specify which PC platforms, as there are a few choices, but hey, there's a pretty good chance that Phantasy Star Online 2 will be coming to Steam or at least Epic Game Store, which is still better than the Windows Store. After a little bit of a delay, Digital Extremes has finally released Warframe's Deadlock Protocol update, not only adding new content like the reworked Jackal boss and the Protea Warframe, but also the Corpus remaster they've been teasing. While Corpus is getting a shiny new look, players will also be able to find out more about its origins via a brand new storyline involving a newly discovered heir to the Corpus founder. While the heir has been discovered, the Solaris are disappearing, and it appears these two things may be connected. The game's latest reworked boss, the Jackal, can be found on Fossa. Now, this is a mechanical wonder built by the Corpus, who spared no expense, all for the sole purpose of taking out Warframes. Players will want a little bit of experience under their belt before attempting to take this monstrosity on. Finally, the latest Warframe, Protea, adds some time-related elements to the game, particularly a temporal anchor ability that notes the Warframe state when it drops and feeds damage done to Protea while it's active back to the enemy. And then, when deactivated, it rewinds Protea, restoring all stats. Of course, there are plenty of other additions, including new skins, bundles, and the like. All of these can be found on the official Warframe website. Dauntless has launched its newest update, Call of the Void, which we previewed earlier this week. The main feature is void-based escalation, accumulation in a new behemoth, Thorax, a snaky monster that darts in and out of portals, making it difficult to take down. Doing so nets you schematics for new legendary weapons and includes the ability for Slayers to use Thorax's portal ability. Call of the Void also adds training grounds, a place for Slayers to practice their moves and kick off an evolving narrative that will have lasting repercussions on the game world. Expect more about this in the July release. There's also a new hunt pass, the Relics and Ruin Hunt Pass, that has 50 levels of rewards and accumulates into Umbral Knight Ultra Armor skins. Call of the Void is now live for Dauntless players on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. You can learn more about it on the Dauntless website. The creator of Dayz, and arguably the survival genre as a whole, has a brand new game coming out next year. Dean Hall's Rocket Works has announced Icarus, a sci-fi free-to-play survival game where players will act as prospectors, mining a planet for its resources, building shelters, and trying to survive a planet where food and oxygen are scarce, but predators are not. So it seems like the twist of Icarus is that players can occasionally head back to their orbital space station, and there they'll be able to research new technologies they can take with them on their next trip down to the planet's surface. The station only passes by at various times, limiting the window for transit, so if you miss one cycle, you'll have to find a way of managing until the next one. As Hall puts it in a press release, initial drops might last 30 minutes as you get familiar with the planet, but eventually they could span multiple days with a crew of friends working together. The pacing of session-based missions can help put the focus back on tense core survival experience. Joining Hall in development is Brian Hicks, who also took over as creative director on Dayz after Hall left Bohemia Interactive to form Rocket Hertz, and was most recently serving in the same role for Exile Entertainment. Given Hall's track record at completing games like Dayz, which launched after he left the company, Ion, which was cancelled, and Stationeers, which was in early access for 2.5 years, it might be good for him and Icarus to have someone else on board who can actually see the project through to its completion. Icarus is slated to launch sometime in 2021, and you can learn more about this game on its website or Steam page. Destiny 2 is wrapping up Year 3, and it's looking to plunge headlong into Year 4, details of which were revealed in a livestream last week. The stream started by a tribute to George Floyd and a call to action for charitable donations, followed by General Manager Mark Noseworthy and Game Director Luke Smith sitting down on a blank stage, their first time together in months, Noseworthy said, to showcase the upcoming content. Destiny 2's Year 4 Beyond Light will debut on September 22, 2020 on all platforms, and Smith calls it the beginning of a brand new era. Players will visit Europa, the birthplace of the Exo, with its long dormant secrets hidden beneath the surface. Guardians will actually have the ability to wield darkness for themselves, a brand new damage type alongside Solar, Arc, and Void. Beyond Life kicks off an era of darkness and will continue into the next major expansion, the Witch Queen, coming in 2021 and Lightfall in 2022. For the people planning on upgrading to next-gen consoles, you'll be able to play Destiny 2 with all of your expansions at no additional cost. There's also plans for intergenerational crossplay, allowing, say, people from PS4 to play with people on PS5, and has long been promised eventually full cross-console crossplay. To deal with its massive amount of older content in Destiny 2, which already totals 115 gigabytes, still less than Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Bungie plans on moving some of the less played content into what they call the Destiny Content Vault, or DCV. This will allow the team to take content from the first Destiny game and provide it in the sequel, unvaulting content at various times. The Cosmodrome will be one of the first areas returning with all of its strikes and the Vault of Glass raid. You can see more about the DCV in an article on their website. Meanwhile, the next season, Season of Arrivals, which is now live, will tie up a number of loose threads in the year. There's a new Darkness-themed dungeon, a new public event, and the Road to Ruin exotic quest. The dungeon, Prophecy, is currently live right now, and it involves the Nine, as Smith said, and that's all he's gonna say for now. And that moves us to the question of the week. With the announcement of the brand new game Icarus made by Dayz Creator, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of the premise? Do you think it's interesting, or do you think it's going to be a little bit tedious or annoying? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's it for this week's Free to Play Weekly. Don't forget to check out mmobomb.com for giveaways and the latest news. My name is Ethos, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everyone.